of the Trust TV Abuja. Can you tell us your names?
Yes. I am His Royal Majesty Ezeogo John Olughu Igwe. Some for short say Igwe John Igwe. All acceptable. And I am the traditional ruler, the recognized traditional ruler, recognized by tradition, by way of our selection traditionally, recognized by law, by way of securing the court verdict in my favor. All the court verdicts that attended this struggle for recognition, they are all in my favor. And then finally, the government recognition that gave me, awarded me my certificate of recognition and the staff. So
there is this particular information widely circulating in the media circles where certain persons who come from your community stated in the public glare that the President General of the Ekoli Band of Hope Union, Engineer Kalamamba, has been banished by you. Well, how do you react to that?
That's crazy. Crazy on the part of the perpetrators. Both the actors and those who made such statements. They know very well that they do not have the legitimate right to ever say so. But having said so, I regard them as impostors, usurpers. They want to make a name for themselves where they shouldn't have done, where they shouldn't have made such a thing. I mean, why trying to exalt oneself in an infamous way? Because I don't know what they hope to score. There is a man, a chieftain of one of our villages in Ekoli, in Angmobo precisely, who has started exalting himself as a traditional ruler of autonomous community. And this statement is credited to him. Well, but he knew he has no ground to ever say that. And he stands to be handled with the type of discipline necessary. Because that same man was in court on the 2nd of March, 2023. Yes, when the verdict was given.
Which verdict are you talking about?
HED 60, 2023. That's the title of that very verdict. And he was there in court in person. He also was one of the members that was in the party during my selection, traditionally. He knows me very well. And of course, one wouldn't know, having all these informations, why he would stick out his neck. Because contained in that very verdict is an injunction, a high court injunction stating that no one else should ever attempt to erect or select or propose or even do anything to the belief or to the sense that another person has been selected against me to become a traditional ruler. I believe he ought to have the copy because he is one of the defenders of that very verdict I'm talking about. He's his own village person, a barrister too. And so he has a copy of the verdict. Would have given him a better education.
But Your Highness, on the grounds of this,
he has no reason to do that.
Purported banishment.
On the side of banishment,
your Royal Stool,
yes.
Has your Royal Stool any stipulated punishment for a person who makes such a false allegation?
Yes.
Can you educate us?
That's why I said he's a usurper. He's trying to usurp powers that does not belong to him. And so, when we dictate such things, traditionally, first of all, we pour ignominy on you. You are irrelevant. Secondly, as the Eze and Council might deem fit, they can come up with such other sanctions as they deem necessary. Maybe whatever they might come up with. But since then, we have just poured ignominy on him. That's the first sanction. And the second one is, the person he is attributing to, he knows very well that he has no powers to do such things. I mean, nobody authorized him. We are working together. He has not offended the community, nor the Eze, nor anybody at all. He's a man acceptable to the people. And so he has no ground for making such statements. Maybe he has to answer some questions to explain. And when we are ready for him, then we can ask him to explain in the right place.
So, but now, for some weeks, there have been a relative peace.
For weeks now?
Yes, for now. One has not been able to undergo fear or, walking and looking behind, thinking that one can be swooped on. So one can say there is a palpable peace.
You are part of the Royal Cabinet, am I correct?
Yes.
What measures do you people have on ground to ensure the continuation of the already prevailing peace?
I'll meet you.
Okay, good afternoon. My name is Samuel Carlo Amamba. I'm from Ezeogo, Uwelu, Ekoli, and presently the national president of Ekoli Band of Opinion. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Why have you, in spite of your current shadows, agreed to stay the face of the crisis reading Ekoli Edda, which is your community?
Yeah, I think that was a quite interesting question. I want to change the narrative a bit. Number one is Ekoli used to be a crisis reading, but currently all the whole crises are now under perfect control. So that said, no matter how tall or how big or large one grows, no one is big enough to serve his community. So my conviction to serve my community was born out of the fact that I want to see a community on the path of growth. Most of us have traveled far and wide, and it only makes sense that we bring all that we have seen somewhere else in terms of leadership, in terms of transparency, in terms of accountability. It only makes sense to bring such experience, such qualities to bear on one's community. So that's why, in spite of what you call a crisis reading community, I decided to take the bull by the horn to make sure I serve my community. I contribute my own quota to make sure that my community moves forward. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Now the community, how do you feel now you are cherished Ekoli Edda is considerably enjoying once elusive safety and peace?
Thank you once again. I think your guess is as good as mine. All of us want to have a community, a family that is peaceful, because it is only in that atmosphere of peace, that atmosphere of harmony, that development can start or flourish. So I'm very happy that I am part of the success story. I am proud to be part of the leadership, the current leadership of Ekoli, that is working assiduously with the Igbo-Eze, Council of Chiefs, to make sure that we bring stability. Yes, there is relative peace, but we are not there yet. We are still on the journey. But I believe with the way we are going, with the focus we have, we'll get there sooner than later. Thank you.
Yes, now the community has a substantive royal father, Ezeogo. Do you think that that has made a difference in the administration of the community?
A whole lot of difference. But before I comment further, I want to sincerely appreciate the executive governor of our dear state, His Excellency Prince Builder Francis Ogbonna Nwifuru, for granting the cries of our community, for listening to the yearnings and aspirations of our community, and then handed over the long-awaited staff of office to our King, His Royal Highness, the Igbo-Eze III, Ezeogo John Igwe. So his presence has turned a lot of things around for good. Number one, there is leadership. Number one, secondly, there is focus. Now, the king, being who he is, of course, you need to go and maybe do some research about his background. He's a seasoned administrator. He retired at the zenith of his career. So his experience in civil service is taking a positive toll on the community. So his emergence as a Ezeogo of our community has brought stability and focus. It also makes the work of the town union, that I am the president, it makes the work easier. It would have been a different ballgame if the king was not there, or maybe the seat was vacant. But currently, we are working together to make sure the community is stabilized. We're working together to make sure that we give the community the leadership that they deserve.
In most recent times, just before we leave you, a clique of parts of Ekoli destruction stated in a media glare that you, Engineer Carlo, have been banished from Ekoli. What led to such a heavy proclamation of circumstances?
I think it sounds funny because the day this I read it on the paper the same day. That was on 11th of July 2025. Immediately after a meeting with His Excellency in Government House, just as we came out of the Government House after the peace meeting, and I was confronted by a group of journalists that there is for me to comment. And I told them, when I went through the report, I told them there's nothing to comment because there was nothing of such. I also went further to look at people that are behind it. I just discovered that these are people, in every society, they say in every 12 there must always be a Judas. These are the Judas in our community. I don't want to speak so hard or dwell on them, because that will amount to giving them the recognition or the attention that they don't deserve. But the long and short of the story is that there was no such thing. The only person or the people or an institution that has the authority to make such a pronouncement is the Igbo-Eze Traditional Council, in the person of whose chairman is His Royal Highness the Ezeogo John Igwe. So when some disgruntled element in the community, or some misguided or some misled persons, for whatever reason that is made known to them, come together and made such a pronouncement, it didn't bother me. However, I have taken some some measures when I saw it. So first of all, I put up a petition. They committed two offenses. Number one, they impersonated our king. Our king is still there. I mean, he has his staff of office badly issued to him by the state government, and he's still active. Number two, they defame my character. So I took them on that. I took them on those grounds, and I senated the case in the Commissioner of Police. The matter was referred to anti-cultism team. A couple of them were arrested, interrogated, and the matter is still pending. As we speak, I'm still consulting my lawyers whether to press any serious charge against them, because it was a crime against the community. That incident is capable of creating confusion in the community. Like I said, on one hand, they impersonated our king, which is Eze, and on the other hand, they defame my character. So those options are still on the table. I'm still talking with my lawyer for an advice whether to press any charge on them. So in summary, there was no such things. Of course, you know, I mean, I'm in my community. This interview is happening in my house. I mean, I'm still the president of the town union till maybe in the next 4 years. And
Yes, away from that, and just before we leave you, we understand you always have crowded shadows. What is the scale of cooperation from the villagers to you as their national president, Ekoli Autonomous?
okay, so I will not say 100% because 100% only exists in laboratory. But greater majority, over 90%, have seen the need because they have tested water and sand. So everybody is now making decision for himself. So the current leadership, we are running an open door policy. Whatever we are doing is made open. Even our decision process, it is a participatory governance that we are doing. We're giving everybody a chance to make an input in our decision process. So people are happy. Participation has increased. In fact, awareness. I can tell you, before I became the president of the town union, about more than a year ago, we were only hearing about a band of opinion in the village. But now, we have vibrant branches across the federation. Aba is so vibrant now, Lagos is so vibrant now, Abuja is so vibrant, Umuahia, Owerri, Abakaliki, to mention but a few, because of the level of awareness, because of the way we hasten people participation. So people are more aware now, people are more interested in what happens in the community through the town union. So if I use that as a yardstick to measure cooperation, I can tell you, yes, for sure, that more than over 90% of our people are now more interested in what happens in the community because of our open door policy. Thank you.
It pleases us so much to have a Dr. Edda newspaper and Trust TV Abuja. We understand that when next we approach you for a matter of this serious importance, you shall oblige us.
My pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure.